Shalom, shalom, shalom. Welcome again to another big tune breakdown, you know what I mean? On the Real Jamaica TV and ISUPK Jamaica. You understand? Yeah, you know we do it on the Real Jamaica TV. We break down, you know what I mean? Hit songs of the past, you know what I mean? And it can even be hit songs of the present as well. But you know what I mean? Hit songs that Jamaicans know, you know what I mean? And then we break down the song, you know what I mean? And show what is right within the song, show what is wrong within the song. You know what I mean? Break it down with some scripture and even make relation with what is taking place even today in our society, comparing it to the song. So, you know, we do it already. Today, we are going to feature an artist named Baby Wayne. You understand? And the song that we're going to feature for Baby Wayne is called Mama. You understand? So remember to like, share, subscribe. You know the thing already. If you have questions or comments, just leave it in the comment section. You know what I mean? Big tune breakdown again. You understand?
Both to a bad man and gunman. And when time I go half a 3 court, me soon have bad for the mother and the father. I tell them about to get money for pay a liar. Big things take on the man, I be able to for the case. Straight up man, you hear me now people. Land. Bow them wanted, kill man and get wanted. You think me respond to them and no liar business. You wanted, kill man and get wanted. Me no respond to you and courthouse business, mama. You murderer, cry a teardrops and water come out time, I mama. You murderer, ball. Him there a courthouse and hear him name call mama. Him all a sweaty 9 pants when him hear the judge say give him a life sentence, mama. You should have saw him galang when the judge tried the case and said that him pay and bout him haunted, kill man and get wanted. When I respond to you and no liar business, you haunted, kill man and get wanted. When I respond to you and courthouse business, your mother warn you before certain things go on. Give a pickaxe and a file and a machete to go for me. I never did want that. Bow you want live bigger, pay your gun, you want sing like you a 2-gun kid. Well, watch him every day, no stop program wicked. With him gun pan him finger, have it a spin like a gig. The last boy try a thing, a 3-piece rapid. Police round him up and rope him up like pig. And in front the judge him start cry like I live, mama. Come check me regular, bring me toothpaste, me soap and no left me dinner, mama. Come check me regular, bring me pants and me shirt and me marina, mama. Come check me regular, and bring piece of sponge, make a pillar, mama. Try take me out like a bad boy, have me down, ya spin propeller. Bow your auntie, kill man and get wanted. When I respond to you and no liar business, your auntie, kill man and get wanted. When I respond to you and courthouse business, your mother warn you before you turn bad man, before you pick up the 16 or the M1, but you know want that, want on not chorus man, want walk up and down like them Chris and the can. Judge the 16 and judge the M1, walk up and down, shot innocent man. Police run you down and handcuff and hear the boy a ball when they meet a station, mama. Big murderer, cry a pay teardrops and water come out time, I mama. You murderer ball when him there a courthouse and hear him name call mama. Him start sweaty 9 pants when him hear the judge say give him a life sentence, mama. You should have saw him galang when the judge tried the case and said that him pay and bout him haunted, kill man and get wanted. But I respond to you and no liar business. You haunted, kill man and get wanted. But I respond to you and courthouse business. Me did a warn you before certain things go on.
Yeah, man, both your haunted, kill man and get wanted. You understand? Yo, that is, you know what I mean? The situation now, even now in Jamaica, you know what I mean? Enough you would pick up the badness because of the, you know what I mean, the environment, you understand? And you have to understand this too. Not only the condition that we were put in as a people with the poverty pushed into the garrisons, you understand, and them thing the way, you know what I mean, made us, you know what I mean, less, what I call it now, less than what we should have been as a people, for lack of a better way of putting it. See, not only that, but because of us not You know what I mean? Growing up in the proper family structure where, you know what I mean, fathers are not in the home. You understand? Cause the youth them for go astray, cause the youth them for go towards the streets. You understand? And pick up a thing called, we call it badness here in Jamaica. In America, them call it gang banging. You understand? Here in Jamaica is more a thing called badness. See? And it's some form of a youth wanting some level of respect. Let me break that down. See? I will not support it in any kind of way. You see? But growing up in the garrison, we don't, you know what I mean? We don't value each other, you know what I mean? Because we are all poor. You understand? The poor not valuing the poor. So growing up in the garrison poor, the same poor where you grew amongst don't value you because you're poor. You understand? So growing up in the garrison, enough youth feel, you know what I mean? What I call it now, them feel disrespected. Them feel some level of disrespect from them own people. You understand? And to get some kind of respect, a man feel like say, oh, he must go take up the gun. He must go towards the part of badness, because badness is his way of people showing him that kind of respect. You understand? Because if you now make some kind of money, if you now do something, people not really show you respect in the garrison. You know what I mean? Especially our young brothers. You know what I mean? People see them as cruff. You know what I mean? On the corner, rub out them and miggle. You understand? So a man pick up the badness if get some level of respect. I know say once somebody knows say him a boss head in the garrison, people are gonna more fear than respect still, you know. But them don't know that. You understand? Them don't know say I just fear people fear them, and them same people they don't, wouldn't mind see them dead. You understand? Them don't know that, but them take it as when a man see him and heal him. Why go and murder or why go and boss head him, take it as respect. So in a fee mind now, him say, all right, yeah, people rate me now. A sound of rate me. You understand? Because growing up poor as I get to youth, and I get no kind of respect in the garrison. You know what I mean? And this was a construct. You know what I mean? At the time of this song, we would have just gone through the era of, you know what I mean, the political violence in Jamaica, and still in it to some extent. This was recorded in the 90s. You understand? This bad piece of tune by Baby Wayne. And I guess I should say that Baby Wayne are one of the baddest artists them too. You understand? Yeah, man, even Cartel tell us, yo, none of them no bad like Baby Wayne. Because Baby Wayne, him similar to Cartel in his, you know what I mean, in his lyrics delivery, and it clear and precise and punchy, you understand? And connect. So, yeah, man, bad artist. All right, so during this time, it would have been a time during the after the political violence, or during the political violence era, you understand, here in Jamaica. You understand? So we know what would have caused, you know what I mean? Because no, pre this, Baby Wayne sing a song, He must sing a song about Wagwan. Youths a pick up badness. You understand? And of course, it's a foolish decision for your youth. Decide say, yo, I'm gonna get up and start pick up badness. Stupid decision. Because you just give away your life. You understand? And that the system want. So them can either lock you up, like him say, in a jailhouse, a ball for your mother, or them kill you. See? I really that them want for our young men, our you know what I mean, our princes of the children of Israel. You understand? But what is the real cause? It's the political divide we cause it. You know what I mean? Giving the youth them gun. You know what I mean? Same like in some communities or some societies, better way to put it, the aspiration of the children would be to grow up and become a doctor, lawyer, engineer, in America, even an astronaut. Where we live in the garrison, our aspiration is few of our children aspire to be, you know what I mean, doctors and lawyers. Because, you know what I mean, growing up, you kind of see that out of your reach to some extent. Unless you grew up with a, you know what I mean, a family or some kind of parenting where lead in that direction. Then, whether it be a mother who have her head screw on her body in that aspect, or you grow with both parents, or you grow in a household where everything is organized and not, you know what I mean, not a, what I call it now, a toxic household, like you find in the garrison. You know what I mean? because the garrison has, you know what I mean, that person, you know what I mean, with the robot voice, politics watch. You know what I mean? One of them there, we will touch upon that brother there, you know, because we don't feel that brother is being, you know what I mean, equal in all him dish out the justice towards people in the garrison. You know, I feel like him name that show, Politics Watch. See, not to stray too far from the point, but him name the Politics Watch, and it seemed to me that him up on the side of the politics. But anyway, you know what I mean? In normal societies, children aspire to be doctors and lawyers, but for some reason, we, the children of Israel, in our communities, badness are part of the aspiration. Why? Because them put us in a toxic or acidic, as you know what I mean, politics, what you'd say, environment. So badness now become, you know what I mean, what I call it now, a aspiration of a youth. Him not have no education, him no go to school. See? Him no go to school. Him grew up in an environment where all him see a crime and him see the man them where, you understand, in the garrison. Remember see a youth you talk about, you know, so him see the man them in the community, him not old enough to know them demise yet. Him not old enough to know them end or what will befall them. See, but him grow come see them and get respect, and all he has gotten is, you know what I mean, disrespect. You understand? So it become in the mind of a youth when not too a foolish youth. In the mind of a foolish youth, he might go see that as an aspiration. All right, so what we are going to do right now? See, we are going to jump to a little, you know what I mean, biography on Baby Wayne. See, for those who might not know Baby Wayne. Baby Wayne is not one of the big Jamaican artists that will go international or nothing like that still, you know. But Baby Wayne, you know what I mean, to the locals, to the, you know what I mean, grassroots people of Jamaica we know dancehall and love dancehall. Baby Wayne is, you know what I mean, respected in the dancehall field. Him kind of slack. You know what I mean? Him slackness don't necessarily mean sin. You know, of course, you know artists them go off in a sin when them DJ more wild, but slackness don't necessarily mean sin. See, Baby Wayne is definitely one of the most creative artists. You know what I mean? Back in the 90s, if not the most creative. You understand? So what we're going to do right now, we're going to read a little bit about Baby Wayne. Remember to like this video, subscribe to the channel, share this on all social media platforms. You know the thing. This is the big tune breakdown. You know what I mean? On the Real Jamaica TV and ISUPK Jamaica. All right, so this said, Baby Wayne, Zane, born 1968 to the 29th of October 2005. Born Wayne Parkinson was a Jamaican dancehall artist known for his conscientious lyrics, right? And that is another thing too. Baby Wayne sing a lot of, you know what I mean? I'm not going to say culture, no culture, reality tune as a dancehall artist. I'm showing you something about dancehall. The dancehall have its reality aspect of it, and that reality aspect of dancehall, in my opinion, is, you know what I mean, the most powerful part of dancehall. Because reggae is known for its cultural and revolutionary this and revolutionary that. For the most part, reggae is more adapted by Rastafarian. So it end up get tarnished by the Rastafarian belief. You understand? So reggae, in enough cases, end up become like gospel music, just the promotion of another God. See? But dancehall, you remember from time when Bounty Killer sings up, must say, anytime, hungry again, them a go see we nine. You have another tune where must say, look into my eyes, tell me what you see. Can you see my pain? Am I your enemy? Yo, them tune there. You see them tune there? Them tune there was enough to make, you know what I mean, our people in the garrison, see, start think on a more reality perspective, on a conscious perspective. You know what I mean? Not every time music that has to do with upliftment have to be sung like a song. It can be punching at the farm of a rapper or a dancehall tune. You understand? And Bounty Killer show you that. Zane, Baby Wayne also, even the song where we are playing right now, Mama, is a reality tune. And it gives you a reality check. You understand? We know right now, majority of the youth, them are sing mostly chop, you know what I mean, dancehall and scamming and all of them things there. That's not right. Zane? But If somebody could have tell them, say, yo, you know, say the same tune where you do or the type of music where you do, you can sing it on a reality level. You understand? Maybe if Jamaica did consume it, you know what I mean, more reality concept than the fairy tale thing about the chopping, because we know say enough of the man them where sing chopping tune, them now chop. See? If Jamaica did consume that type of reality music more, then the man them would have sing chop. You understand? But we know say the environment cause the people them for don't want to hear that. But tunes like this where Baby Wayne, Bounty Killer, and they call them call Bounty Killer the poor people general because of all of the reality tune them used to sing. And you know what I mean, defending poor people. See? 1 second. See? Them tune would have more affect our people in a positive way. You understand? Them song, them kind of reality tune would affect our people in a more positive way. You understand? But let me continue reading Baby Wayne biography. You understand? It said, Parkinson was born. His name Wayne Parkinson. Parkinson was born in 1968 in Saint Catherine Parish, Jamaica. He initially became known for his conscientious lyrics, warning of the perils of a life of crime. And when you check it in a road, boy, without, you know what I mean, without the toxic environment we're growing up, Zane, this is all our DJ them would have sing about, the realities of life. You understand? If we never get tarnished by, you know what I mean, the political parties them. You understand? If we never get tarnished by the political parties them with the influx of guns and the political divide, probably you would hear we are sing about, you know what I mean, gang violence and murder and bus boy head, because that wouldn't have been our reality. Probably you would just hear if the poverty did exist, probably all you would hear is we want better, you know what I mean, better days and all of them things like no for the song them where they are ready. See? Oh, the gunplay come in now, you know what I mean, when no for the man them a sing about gun tune right now. See? It come because of, you know what I mean, the politician them include in our environment this gang warfare. And I saw the man, that is why you see evolve now to, you know what I mean, to some, where they call it now, senseless violence and all them things there, and it is now being reflected in the song them. You know what I mean? But at that element hadn't been added to our environment, we'd hear more reality tune. But a man I go sing about what him hear and what him know. You understand? And Baby Wayne song, Mama, is one of the experience them where him know about. Say a man a ball after him pick up the badness. You understand? Let me continue reading though. Although he later recorded some tracks that made concessions to the slackness that was popular, you know what I mean, with audience. Right. So the slack tune them been more popular towards the audience because it more, what I call it, more sexual, explicit, you know what I mean? And the gun lyrics them, the people them did more idolize badness. So them take on to them tune them more. And that's the problem with society is not that the people themselves is what was introduced. The thing that was introduced to our society through our political leaders them is it poison the mind of the people them, make the people them lose their morals. You understand? And that's why them consume more of them kind of music they like that I show you right now. See? Let me continue reading. He worked with producers Steely and Clevie in the early 1990s, with whom he had a hit in 1991 with Mama. That is a tune we are playing now. Mama. You understand? We have to break it down. See? Other hits from the early 1990s includes Road Mi Waan Come and Water. You know what I mean? In 1993, he recorded Know Mi Fren with Leroy Smart, produced by Winston, Niney, Holness, which was a top 10 hit in Jamaica. Holness secured a deal for Wayne for Wayne with Heartbeat Records for the release of his debut album Ram DJ in 1994. See? So that is basically a little bit on Baby Wayne. All right, 1 second. You know what I mean? All right. So what we are going to do right now then, we are going to play over about the song and we are going to break it down. See? And then we are going to jump into some scriptures and show you, you know what I mean, what the Bible say about, you know what I mean, things similar to what the song I talk about. All right, so we're going to run back the tune now, you understand? And what we are going to do is we are going to think then now. We're going to break down the song, you understand? You know the thing good. Remember to subscribe to this channel, you understand? Subscribe to ISUPK Jamaica. Subscribe to Real Jamaica TV. You know the thing good. This is the big tune breakdown. Again, with Officer Kayad one, you know what I mean, of ISUPK Jamaica.
Both to a bad man and gunman. I went to go half a 3 quart. Soon I bad for the mother and the father. I tell them about to get money for pay a liar. Big things take on the man, I be a brain for the case. Straight up, man, you hear me now, people? Land. Bow them wanted, kill man and get wanted. You think me respond to them and no liar business. You wanted, kill man and get wanted. Me no respond to you and courthouse business, mama. You murderer, cry up your teardrops and water come out time, I mama. You murderer, ball. Him there a courthouse and hear him name call mama. Him all a sweaty 9 pants when him hear the judge say give him a life sentence, mama. You should have saw him galang when the judge tried the case and said that him pay and out him haunted kill.
So him say who can hear I go feel, you understand? And you know that is what normally happen if you can't hear you feel. You understand? You can't too follow the way they call it now. People you see pick up the badness and it might look like something where you're supposed to do. You know what I mean? But no, I'm sure know every youth here from some family members say, yo, that is not the part for going, you know. You understand? But society make it so attractive that you want to pick up the badness because in your mind that is the only way if you get some respect. You know what I mean? In the garrison. But you know the thing already, like what Baby Wayne say, who can hear will feel. You understand?
Respond to them and you know people. Land. Bow them wanted, kill man and get wanted. You think me respond to them and no liar business. You wanted, kill man and get wanted. When I respond to you and courthouse business, mama. You murderer, cry up your teardrops and water come out time.
And guess what I go on to? Enough of the time, you know, the man them where you would have think are the most notorious man them out in the streets. When it come time for them face, you know what I mean, face the judge, or even in the presence of police, a ball them a ball like water, a ball for them mother when judgment reach them. You understand? And that is just, you know what I mean? You should look at that and know, say, yo, this is not the part for go down because at the end of the day, when you face the judge and the judge will say, yo, life, you know what I mean? That your life gone down the drain. Even though you might still be alive, you're there in a prison cell, you know what I mean? With some man who better than you too. You understand? Because you did bad outside with the gun slinging, but when it come to, you know what I mean, we real physical combat in the prison and the jail cell. See? You know bad again. You're there on some man where have more courage than you, stronger than you. You know what I mean? So you know bad again. You know what I mean? Your true colors start show when you go behind them prison wall there. You understand? And as me say, you're there in front of the judge, and the judge will issue out a sentence. You know what I mean? And you know, remember all of the killings where you go on with and all them thing there. You know what I mean? I'll continue playing the tune though.
Mama, you murderer ball. Him there a courthouse and hear him name call mama. Him all a sweaty 9 pants when him hear the judge say give him a life sentence, mama. You should have saw him galang when the judge tried the case and said that him pay and bout him haunted, kill man and get wanted.
You understand, boy? You haunted, kill man and get wanted. You understand? Continue playing.
Respond to you and no liar business. You haunted, kill man and get wanted. When I respond to you and courthouse business, your mother warn you before certain things go on. Give a pickaxe and a file and a machete to go for me. I never did want that. But you want live bigger, be a gun. You want sing like you a 2-gun kid. Well, watch him every day, no stop program wicked with him gun.
You understand? And that the youth them see, you know what I mean? On the TV, everywhere on the TV, that's all you see. You know what I mean? Glorifying of badness. You know what I mean? Sidetrack a little bit. All right. For the most part, our way they call it now, our leaders, them would have want ban music. You understand? And we don't condone the way they call it now. The promotion of violence in the music, murder and all of them things there. You know what I mean? It's not, it would be better if a man sing a song that will more encourage, you know what I mean, things that are more uplifting to his people. See? But we know that the singing of violence in the song them, you understand, is where people see in them communities and what is being glorified. When you watch TV, as me say, what is being glorified? Killing. You understand? from even back in them time when Baby Wayne a sing. And before film time, before when him start sing, during the time when him a grew up back in the 80s, with the cowboy show them and all them thing there. To the point that enough bad man in Jamaica name themselves, you know what I mean, after famous cowboys. You understand? Because of what? That was being glorified. You understand? And as me said before earlier in the video, the badness thing was introduced by our leaders. The same leaders them who don't want ban the music for its content today. And them introduced the badness with the gang warfare. You understand? With the political feud and all them things there because of them struggle for power. So when that introduced, when that combined with the images where you see on TV and all them things there, being glorified. In the mind of a child and a young man growing up, you know what I mean, who live in a society where him not really see much option, you know. Him not see a bag of option because everybody poor. You know what I mean? Education is not free. You understand? Film aspiration no longer becomes, you know what I mean, a doctor or a lawyer. You know what I mean? Him look on the man them around him where follow the political train. You understand? And oh, them a make money and all them feared and respected. And at that time, aspiration now. Him see say badness do pay. Or him think badness pay. Zin? So, and this is how you know that our leaders don't really care, you know, because when they want to address, they want to address the music. You understand? And you might find out, say, the addressing of the music might just simply be that the music might have said too much. You understand? Not necessarily the badness aspect, but from time to time, a man might say, you know what I mean, something true that becomes popular and it don't, you know what I mean, don't reflect good upon them. So if you can, you know what I mean, regulate the music, you know what I mean, then you know what I mean, you know, shot yourself in the foot, so to speak. You understand? All right, we'll continue playing the tune.
On the finger of it, I spin like I did the last. Why try a thing? A 3-piece rapid. Police round him up and rope him up like pig. And in front the judge and start cry like Olive Mama. Come check me regular. Bring me toothpaste, me soap and no left me dinner, Mama. Come check me regular. Bring me pants and me shirt and me marina, Mama. Come check me regular. And bring piece of sponge, make a pillar, Mama.
And I'm going to show you the reality in a jailhouse, you know. Because guess what I go on? In a jailhouse, you know, spread out in your bed where you normally sleep on, you know what I mean? A cold concrete, you know. You understand? So you must say, Mama, you know what I mean? Come check me regular. See? Bring piece of sponge for me make me pillar. You understand? Because when your head lie down on the cold concrete there in a road, boy. You see? That no nice, you know. That hot, you know. Yeah, you wake up with your head that hurt in a road, boy. You see? Yeah, man, I saw a thing set in the jail. So it no wise for our brothers go off in a part of, you know what I mean, of crime and, you know what I mean, even though society, as me say, it not provide much, you know what I mean, it provide options few, but for most people, it provide none. You understand? You get what I say? So, but you have to just have your head by your body. You know what I mean? You can't give in to the urge to say, yo, all right, I need some respect in this. You know what I mean? This hell where we live in. And then no, at the end of the day, is you taking out your anger and your frustration for your own people. Like what Baby Wayne say, you know, you're haunted. So you want to kill a man. You understand? So you kill a man while go on. You go wanted. Then, a wanted man don't live comfortable life. You understand? When you wanted, you know, you don't live a comfortable life, you know. You understand? When you wanted, you know what kind of life you live? You live a fugitive life until them catch you. You understand? And if them catch you, I kill them, I kill you. I think when them look for you as a wanted man, them look for you to kill you. But if them don't kill you, what them going to do? Them going to put you in a jail cell where you're in there with other, you know what I mean, man like yourself there. You know what I mean? I suffer in a small space, no comfort, no privacy, nothing at all. Just be a, you know what I mean, torment. So now you're haunted already. You're more haunted in this, so because enough man go in a jailhouse and them not come out with them right mind. You understand? Enough man go in and become even harder than when them did go in. You understand? Which is another thing. These, you know what I mean, imprisonment you know what I mean, that the oppressor institute, the prison, the industrial prison complex, you understand that the oppressor put over our people. See, it don't rehabilitate our people, you know. You know what I mean? It only make our people get worse, or as me say, come out with some kind of mental, you know what I mean, problem, which, you know what I mean, you will never be better with that. You understand? It don't rehabilitate our people, it make you worse. See? So a man go in as a murderer. Well, not even a murderer. A man go in as a thief. Then, see? And then go knock head with murderer, with man where kill people. When him come out, I kill people. Or him go in there as a thief and don't make it out as a thief because him go amongst murderer. You understand? Him go amongst people where, you know what I mean? I kill people. So it's either him get harder in a prison or him no make it out. You understand? And common sense will tell you, say, yo, when you go to jail, the only thing left for you to do is get harder. You can't rehabilitate, you can't go to prison unless you find the truth in the prison. Then, unless you find the ISUPK in the prison. You understand? If you go to prison, you must think about if you get rougher in a prison. Because if you go in a prison and decide, say, boy, you're going to rehabilitate and change, the prison house is not the place for change. You change, you get your skull crack in a prison. You understand? You go to jail, to prove, say, yo, you're bad for real because you go against man with bad. You understand? So you go against man with bad for real. Then, you know what I mean? You have to go bad too. You have to get badder. It's like you put, you know what I mean? You put a dog in a cage with some badder dog than him. Is either I'm going to get eaten alive or I'm going to get wild and badder. That is jail. That is the institution of prison and jail where them put overweight. No rehabilitate nobody. You understand? So, you know what I mean? The song basically I tell you what go on in a Jamaica still, you know. You know what I mean? But you don't know the thing already. Our job to break it down. Remember to like this video, share it on all social media platform. Subscribe to ISUPK Jamaica. Subscribe to the Real Jamaica TV. You know the thing. This is the Big Tune Breakdown. You know what I mean? This is episode 19 now, Zine, with Officer Kayad 1. You understand? We are continue to play the tune.
Try take me out like a bad boy. Have me down yard spin for fella. Bow your auntie, kill man and get wanted. When I respond to you, I no liar business. The auntie, kill man and get wanted. When I respond to you, and courthouse business. Your mother warn you before you turn bad man. Before you pick up the 16 or the M1. But you know want that. Want on not Horace man. Want walk up and down like them Grace and that can. Judge the 16 and judge the M1. Walk up and down shot innocent man. Police run you down and handcuff and hear the boy a ball when they meet a station, mama. Big murderer, cry a pay teardrops and water come out time, I mama. You murderer ball when him there courthouse and hear him.
And that is another thing now, another, you know what I mean, reality check. Or if you want to be a murderer, you know what I mean, unless you don't know how, you know what I mean, how severe being a murderer is. Or if you want to be a murderer and want to live after being a murderer, you want freedom and comfort and you take people's life. I know say you have people still where, you know what I mean, them become like this because, you know what I mean, them would have to face and defend themselves. Them would have to face others who take them life. I mean, there's no sin in defending your life. But you want to go out there and kill people, take people's life, and you want to live a comfortable life. You know what I mean? So to a point where it's either you get confronted by another bad man or the police, and you're a ball. You're a ball for save your life. You understand? And you never show mercy to a next man. You know what I mean? When you detect for life, it just don't make no sense. See? Captain Akkad saying I'm song. You know what I mean? One bad piece of tune, rebel without a cause. See? Where you must say, yo, him find himself at a funeral crying for a criminal knowing he ain't innocent. It's fucked up. You understand? So you want people ball for you and sorry for you and you commit crime. You kill people. I mean, the society push in another direction there. Yes, we know that. But you have to weigh the balance. You have to know, say, Virgin, if you pick up this part in a road boy, you know what I mean? Just rest assured and know, say, yo, your part is the part of death. Because if you murder people, it's only just that you get killed too. But of course, we know, say, you know what I mean, the Most High is forgiving. You understand? The Most High is forgiving. See? And that's why we implore our brothers. The brothers them who in the streets. You understand? Brothers who in the streets I live that kind of life. You understand? Forward to the ISUPK. Because no one to get involved in other life there. And when reach a point right now where we can't turn back. At any point, somebody can, one of the enemies them can run in and, you know what I mean, and dash on away. At any point, police can run in upon you, you know what I mean, and carry on off to jail. Or kill you, because them police are no different from bad people. You know what I mean? Murder you, because that's what police do on a constant basis. You understand? That's why we implore you. See, forward to the ISUPK. If you don't want to change your life, if you don't tired of the life of, you know what I mean, living, looking over on the shoulder, you know what I mean, I'm tired of life of sinning and all of them things, they want to forward to the ISUPK. See? Forward, get into the class, them learn that what you are doing, murdering your brothers. You understand? Is a sin against the Most High. You understand? Murdering your brothers and your sisters is a sin. See? Before the police them run in and thrown in a jailhouse or come dashing away, or your apps, you know what I mean? Your enemy them bucking at the street, catch you locking, you know what I mean? Before you do that, come to class, save your life, get out of that. You know what I mean? Because we know enough of you want to come out, but how not come out? You can't come out of that lifestyle in the world. You know what I mean? If it's even 10 years from now, everything I go catch up to you. See? When you're comfortable and you feel like you make money and you have ratings and you're big now, you know what I mean? Somebody unexpected that come take away your life. You know what I mean? Somebody where you don't expect to come slap your way. You understand? That's why it's important for you to learn, say, yo, look, the penalty for murder is death. You understand? And if you're out there and murder people one day, you go there, it automatic. You can't escape it. See? Unless the Most High have some kind of mercy upon your brother. You can't escape it. You understand? You only have, you know what I mean? You only live for end up in the same situation that you put others in. That's all you do. So a time for our brothers them wake up, come to the truth, man, come to the knowledge and understanding that you are, you know what I mean, you are from the most, you know what I mean, the best bloodline of people upon the face of the earth, the children of Israel, written off in the Bible, you understand, and every other black man and black woman, you know what I mean, life is valuable because the Most High, you know what I mean, see them as valuable. So you can't just go out there and snuff out them life just like that. You understand? Because a black man named Jesus Christ, a black man named Jesus Christ did black like them. You understand? So you must learn brotherhood. Learn to love your brothers and love your sisters. You understand? And don't be so, you know what I mean, quick to kill your brother or kill your sister. You know what I mean? No fight, as I say, no fight we grew up in an environment where I just saw the thing go. You know what I mean? Is a family member get killed. We're going to break down that with some scripture, by the way. See? Is a family member get killed and, you know what I mean? You think that the only option you have is to kill back somebody on for them side. You understand? But the cycle is going to just continue. It now going to end and it going to result in you just, you know what I mean? You just killing your own people. You know what I mean? We killing our own people, meanwhile the oppressor, you know what I mean, is killing us. You understand? The oppressor who put us in this condition as a people. He already kill us from the time of slavery. Even before that, he kill we. And we reach a point now where we don't value each other's life. We're just ready to kill each other. That don't make no sense. You understand? We must learn how to, you know what I mean, talk over things as a people, differences. See? We must learn how to know to deal with the differences. You understand? And the Bible has ways in which we can, you know what I mean, deal with the differences, you understand? All right. We're done with the tune, you know. What we're going to do, we're going to read some scriptures. Remember, again, like the video, subscribe to the channel, you know what I mean, leave your comments, share on all social media platforms. All right. We're going to read first. We're going to read Deuteronomy. All right. So we're going to read the book of Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 15. See? This is what it says. This is the book of Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 15, and it says, "But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe and to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee." Right, so this is where it all started, you know. You understand? It all started here. You understand? The Most High gave us blessings and he gave us curses. You know what I mean? Blessings if we would have kept his laws and his statutes and commandments. See? Curses if we broke them. You understand? And one of the curses that came with breaking the Most High's laws, statutes, and commandments is this. We are going to jump to another book in Deuteronomy. Well, not another book, another verse in this same chapter. This is the book of Deuteronomy 28 and 54, and it says, "So that the man that is tender among you and very delicate, his eyes shall be evil towards his brother." All right, so that is what you are seeing with the bag of murdering, and it's usually the young men, you know what I mean, the young youth them. You understand? It's usually the young youth them. Hence the reason why it says, the man that is tender among you, because a man that is tender is a young man, a little youth. See? His eyes shall be evil towards his brother, and that is what we are seeing now, our young men killing each other. When baby Wayne say, "About your auntie, kill man and get wanted," he might talk about a little youth when him say, "Mama, you murder rock ball." You know what I mean? He's a little youth that. He's a juvenile that will get himself in a problem because he might kill people. Him take up badness. You know what I mean? That was part of the curse. Let me read that again. This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28 and verse 54. And it says, "So that the man that is tender among you and very delicate, his eyes shall be evil towards his brother and towards the wife of his bosom." You understand? So, and even our sisters get caught up in the thing too, and them get dashed away. You know what I mean? This is a curse. "And towards the remnant of his children, which he shall leave." Right? So even the children get caught up in it too. You understand? This is a curse. Because we, as the children of Israel, we have strayed away from the laws and statutes and commandments of the Most High. You understand? Yeah, man, that is the problem. That is what we suffer here today. And as I said, it all manifests itself in, you know what I mean, what is being introduced to our society, the condition that we are put in, you know what I mean? And this condition that we are put in is a hell, you know what I mean? A hell this. You understand? We live in a hell. But the only way to come out of this hell, rude boy, is to come to the knowledge of the truth, you understand? Find a ISUPK school, find the classes, learn, come be a part of the school. You know what I mean? Put on the big rusty iron. You know what I mean? The big M16. You know, have to march it no more. You understand? Park it. You know what I mean? Park it. You understand? Come to class. Learn your history. You know what I mean? And put an end to this whole madness, because it will never end. One day it will catch up to you, like what I say. See? One day, and if you become the biggest, baddest, you know what I mean, killer in society, just rest assured, say another big bad killer come up to, you know what I mean, right after you. You know what I mean? Probably one that you created because you kill somebody for you. You understand? And him just never forget about it. Him not forget about it because you kill somebody who him love. And as him grow, in a rude boy, him grow with that vengeance in him heart for you. And then him find you. You understand? And him find you when you least expect it. Others might fear you, but him not fear you. See? Because you kill one of them loved ones. And at the end of the day, Nowadays, nobody now walk around with no fear and no care for them life. So what guarantees you that you are going to keep your own? You know what I mean? It's like two sides of play. You know what I mean? And the two sides them equally match. The ball a roll, rude boy, any side can score, any you know what I mean, anything can play. Your life no guarantee. You understand? No care how much gun you have a march with, no care how much people you kill. Your life no guarantee, brother. You understand? There's no way you can guarantee your safety. Because guess what? Majority of the man them out there think just like you. You understand? And it's a matter of a man get caught off guard. You caught sleeping. You understand? You caught off guard. Or out in the street, there is no loyalty. You have to remember that too. So you see them friend them, we kill people. For them heart can just turn against you and them dash away. Or then give you up to the police, or then give you up to your enemies. Man just switch up by you. And that is that. You lose your life when you least expect it. You understand? Yeah, man. We're going to jump to another scripture. See? We're going to jump to Revelations. Hold on. We'll make that one the wait. We're going to jump to Matthew. See? Matthew chapter 5 and we'll start at verse 38. And it says, "Ye have heard that it has been said, an eye for an eye, and a tooth for a tooth." Right? So you have heard them say, this was part of the law, you know what I mean? Where it said, an eye for an eye and a tooth for a tooth. You understand? This was put in place to, you know what I mean, prevent our people from violating each other. So if you don't want a man to put out your eye, don't put out a next man's eye. If you don't want a man to knock out your tooth, don't knock out a next man's tooth. You understand? This was put in place so that we could follow these laws and not violate each other. See? Verse 39. "But I say unto you that ye resist not evil," right? So, not because a man put out your eye, or put out your family member's eye, or put out them tooth, or even kill somebody for you, means say you must put out back them tooth or kill back a person. See? Because you are not resisting evil. Let me read that again, verse 39. "But I say unto you that ye resist not evil," right? You not resist evil, brethren. You're not resisting evil, because guess what go on now? You're still putting out somebody's eye. You understand? And guess what happen after that? Another eye have to get put out. You understand? And you go on, then a next eye and a next eye till everybody blind. You understand? Till it reach a point where nobody even know where this all started, because everybody have been putting out each other's eye for so long. You know what I mean? That nobody know where it start till it just become, you know what I mean, culture. That if you see a man down there, so just kill him. It just spread and blow out a proportion. It turn into a war. You know what I mean? A decade war. You understand? So you resist not evil. But guess what? If a man put out your eye, you not putting out but that man eye, you know, the evil stop right there. You understand? And when I say you're not supposed to get justice, you know, you see, you know, that way I say. But you have ways where you can acquire justice. You know what I mean? You don't have to take up justice in your own hand. See? Yeah, man. Let me continue reading. "But whosoever shall smite thee on thy right cheek, turn to him also, the other also." It no means say you must allow him to kill you. It means that, you know what I mean, you must forgive. Forgive. You know what I mean? Forgiveness don't necessarily mean you don't get justice, you know. See? But if you take up justice by yourself in your own hand, see, that is not forgiveness. That is revenge. You understand? When he say turn the other cheek, it don't mean say, all right, if him kill you and your family member, then you must make him kill you. And that it mean. Give him a chance for change. You understand? And as me say, it don't mean you not getting justice. But there's other ways to get justice. Justice don't necessarily mean say you have to go bust out the next man's head because somebody bust out your family member head. You understand? Justice can be, you know what I mean? We in the ISUPK, we have a thing, we have a council. You understand? When we had our nation, when we were in Jerusalem, you know what I mean? We had our system where people would bring them cars, you know what I mean, to the judge or to the princes and, you know what I mean, people in charge. See? And then they would judge between the two parties and who was wrong would pay the penalty. You know what I mean? And that we are trying to bring back, you know. You know what I mean? We are trying to bring back that. Because at the end of the day, we know that no, what they call it, no reformation don't take place in the oppressor's prison system. You know what I mean? A man got prison for thief, him come out as a murderer. A man got prison for murder, him come out as a worse murderer. You understand? So in essence, that is not necessarily justice. I mean, you can wait for it happen if you think it's justice. Just don't take it up in your own hand. See? But we have methods where you can go through to get justice. You understand? That's why we implore you, find the ISUPK. You understand? All right, we're going to jump to some more scriptures. All right, we're going to jump to the book of 1 John chapter 4, 20 to 21. And it says, if a man say, I love God and hateth his brother, he is a liar. You understand? So if you say you love the Most High and you want the Most High to guide your path and protect you from your enemies, them and your friends, you understand? Protect you from, you know what I mean, from bad mind and you know what I mean, all the things that our people talk about. If you say you love that God and you want him to protect you, see, you can't hate your brother. See? For he that loveth not his brother whom he has seen, how can he love God whom he has not seen? Right? So if you can't, you know what I mean, forgive your brother, how can you love the Most High whom we have not seen? Verse 21, and this commandment have we from him, that he who loveth God love his brother also. You understand? So you have to love your brother. You have to be willing to forgive. You understand? It is not easy. We know it's not easy. We know it's not easy when a man kill a family member. You know what I mean? Or one of your friends them drop out to forgive. You know what I mean? But just know say the cycle will continue if you take it up in your hand. You understand? You can't love the cycle. You must want the cycle to come to an end. I mean, if you have any kind of wisdom, you don't want the cycle to come to an end. You understand? All right, we'll jump to some more scriptures. All right, we'll get this off of the screen. All right. I jump to the book of Matthew chapter 18. And verse 21 to 22. See, and this is what it said. Then came Peter to him and said, Lord, how oft shall my brother sin against me, and I will forgive him? Till 7 times? So Peter asks Yahushai, Jesus Christ, see? How often shall my brother sin against me and I forgive him? 7 times? And Jesus answered him and said, Jesus said unto him, verse 22, I say not unto thee until 7 times, but until 70 times 7. You understand? So in essence, Yahweh make him know, say, yo, look, not just 7 times, but forgive your brother all the time. You understand? You must always forgive your brother. See? That is what, you know what I mean, Yahweh say. So you must always have room in your heart to forgive your brother. You understand? That is how we survive as a nation of people. It's bigger than you, it's bigger than me. You understand? Yeah, man, it's bigger than we. We in a captivity, and majority of the conflicts them what we have with each other is because of, you know what I mean, the condition where we in. See? And lack of respect for each other. Same thing like when I say, in the garrison, if you're poor, for the most part, people don't show you, and everybody, people don't show, your friends might show you respect. And to some extent, you have friends who don't even respect you. You understand? And a man deal with him friend in a certain way. Him don't know how that affect him, brethren. See? If you might deal with him friend that kind of way, see? You can imagine where everybody else are deal with him. Then a man feel like he's disrespected, and now him not getting no respect. And a man take the part of badness because them realize that once him a boss head, everybody in fear. Everybody respect him now. So, you know what I mean? Enough of this start with just a lack of respect what we have, respect what we don't have for each other. If we show each other respect, then you would see a change. Just show each other some respect. Deal with each other with respect. You understand? And then you would see, say, oh boy, you know what I mean? You would see less people are take that part there. You understand? Because as I said, it's not all about you, it's not all about me, it's about a nation. You know what I mean? Loving each other will make we see who really don't love us, and then would have find out, say, oh, it's these other nations that don't love us. You understand? It's these other nations, the nations that live amongst us. They are a race of people that live amongst us. They are rich. They don't live in the garrison. You know what I mean? Them don't live in the poverty that you live in, the condition that you live in. See? But then capitalize off of the culture. You know what I mean? The culture that you create. Meanwhile, you have to suffer the poverty that created that culture, you know. They are able to live comfortably and claim the culture. You understand? Meanwhile, you suffer. Meanwhile, you die. You know what I mean? And them don't come nowhere near you. Them don't give back to you. They make money off of you. You know what I mean? Them reap all the benefits that come with living here in Jamaica. And you get all the disadvantage. You know what I mean? That is what you get. You get all the disadvantage. You get no benefit from the time you came over here and cargo slave ship. You have been suffering to this day. To this day. And other people come over here, they did not serve the slavery where you serve. And them prosper as a people. You understand? Them don't live in acidic or toxic environment like you. You understand? So, as me say, it's bigger than you. It's a nation. And the other nations, them against your nation. So guess what you have to do? You have to unite with your own people. Love your people. Come together as a people. Forgive your brother. You know what I mean? So that you won't end up in a jail because of, you know, and it's just a cycle. You kill your brother, you go to jail. 2 life lost. 2 for 1 that. Or you get killed again, 2 for 1. You know what I mean? At some point, we have to understand, say, look, you know, say, this is not the part where, you know what I mean, where our people should go, because all we see is us dying. You know what I mean? That's why we implore you, come back to these last statutes and commandments so we can fix our people. You understand? All right. Let me see. 1 second. Seeing. All right. All right, we're going to jump to Revelation now. See? And we're going to show you why we call the white man or the oppressor. Why we call the oppressor the devil. See? Revelations 2:10, and it says, fear none of those things which thou shalt suffer. Behold, the devil shall cast some of you into prison. All right. This was in the time of, you know what I mean, John the Revelator. You understand? And at the time, the Romans were the one casting us into jail. Many of the disciples, them were cast into prison. You understand? We know that the Romans are the same people as our oppressor today. It's the same Caucasian man. He is the one that cast us into prison from the time of slavery to now, to this day. You know what I mean? Here in Jamaica, you might say, well, at Babylon, you know what I mean, the government chose in prison, police. You know what I mean? For the most part, you see black policies, but you know what I mean? The institution of prison or prisons is the white man's institution over there in the United States. It is clear who is casting our brothers into prison. It is clear that is the devil the Bible speaks of, and that is the oppressor, the Caucasian man. You understand? Same thing in Britain. You understand? So the scripture make you know who is the devil. This is who the devil is according to the Bible, the man that casts you into prison. And we know that is the oppressor. You understand? So we're going to close it out with that. See, remember again, like this video, subscribe to this channel. Also, leave your comment. You understand? You know the thing. Go. Yeah, man. Share upon all social media platforms. This is the Big Tune Breakdown with Officer Kayadwan out of ISUPK Jamaica. This is episode 19. You understand? Yeah, man. Episode 19. And we are cover a bad piece of tune by Baby Wayne. Name, you know what I mean? Mama. You understand? Yeah, man. Bad tune. You know the thing already. So we're going to play this tune and we're going to close out. Remember again, share upon all social media platforms. This is ISUPK Jamaica. Shalom.
Why me tell a man who can't hear him feel? Both to a bad man and gunman. And when time I go half a 3 quart, me soon a bad for the mother and the father. I tell them about to get money for pay a liar. Big things take on the man, I be a waiting for the case. Straight up man, you hear me now people? Land. Bow them wanted, kill man and get wanted. You think me respond to them and no liar business. You wanted, kill man and get wanted. When I respond to you and courthouse business, mama. You murderer, cry up your teardrops and water come out time. I mama. You murderer, ball. Him there a courthouse and hear him name call mama. Him all a sweaty 9 pants when him hear the judge say give him a life sentence, mama. You should have saw him galang when the judge tried the case and said that him fi hang bout him haunted, kill man and get wanted. When I respond to you and no liar business, you haunted, kill man and get wanted. When I respond to you and courthouse business, your mother warn you before certain things go on. Give a pickaxe and a file and a machete to go farm. You never did want that. Bow you want live bigger, pay your gun, you want sing like you a 2-gun kid. Well, watch him every day, no stop program wicked. With him gun pan him finger, have it a spin like a gig. The last boy try a thing, a 3-piece rapid. Police round him up and rope him up like pig. And in front the judge him start cry like I live mama. Come check me regular, bring me toothpaste, me soap and no left me dinner mama. Come check me regular, bring me pants and me shirt and me marina mama. Come check me regular, and bring piece of sponge make me make a pillar mama. Try take me out like a bad boy, have me down ya spin propeller. Bow your auntie, kill man and get wanted. When I respond to you and no liar business, your auntie, kill man and get wanted. When I respond to you and courthouse business, your mother warn you before you turn bad man, before you pick up the 16 or the M1. But you know want that, want on not Horace man, want walk up and down like them great and that can judge the 16 and judge the M1. Walk up and down shot.